If it's Friday night, say yeah, for it's a special edition of the Wrestling Forum. Welcome, everybody. What is up? It is Girl MF Michael Fletcher. Yes, it's Friday, and yes, I'm the host tonight. I'm filling in for Anthony Florio. Anthony has special commitments beyond his control, and I'm being joined tonight by our good friend, the Phenom, Mr. Michael Bullock, and we're going to be recapping the Super Showdown that went down earlier this afternoon today from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. It was exclusively on the WWE Network, so we're just going to dive right in. And we started the show off with the Universal Championship fight. Yes, Seth Rollins puts the title on the line against Baron Corbin, the winner of the bout, and still the Universal Champion was Seth Rollins. Then Brock Lesnar tried to cash in the Money in the Bank on Seth Rollins, but Rollins got an equalizer, a steel chair, and laid out the Beast Incarnate. Cash in fail. Basically, the bell does not ring. Therefore, Brock Lesnar is still Mr. Money in the Bank. The cash in was not official, so basically, it was a thwarted attempt by the Beast Slayer. Overall, okay, I'm going to say this with the utmost sincerity. This was what you expect on Monday Night Raw. This was more of a TV quality fight, nothing too special here. A lot of people didn't really enjoy the fight at all, which I understand. But it was an okay opener for a show like this. The fans definitely got into this. Big pop for Seth Rollins. More than anything else, he is definitely the most over guy on Monday Night Raw right now. And Jeddah gave a lot of love and a lot of kudos. This was a decent fight. I could give this about 2.5 stars, to say the very least. Seth Rollins wins the match at 11 minutes and 15 seconds. So, Michael Bullock, it's all yours, my friend. What did you think of the fight?
Yeah, I'll give it about 2.5 stars as well. I mean, it was fine for what it was. It really wasn't anything special. The right guy definitely went over. So many people were like wondering why Baron Corbin was getting the opportunity. Some people feel like he didn't deserve it, but it is what it is. And then then basically Corbin hit the end of days on Rollins after the match, and then when Lesnar came out, we were all like, "Oh no, this is not going to end well." And obviously, the big snafu that failed for Lesnar, if you can believe it, Fletch, was Paul Heyman, because Heyman tried to get into the ring, and he tripped over the second rope, and that's when Lesnar got low blowed by Seth Rollins, and Rollins gets his payback and gets a curb stomp right on the briefcase. So yeah, no Money in the Bank cash in. Lesnar still Mr. Money in the Bank, and then we found out later on in the night that in 2 weeks at Stomping Ground, the new pay-per-view, Rollins is unfortunately going to have to defend the title again against Baron Corbin. So I'm pretty sure that's going to piss off a lot of people again, but it is what it is. So there's really nothing more that needs to be said. So 2.5 stars. So let's move on to the next fight, Fletch.
All right, and it was for the Intercontinental Championship. The champion, Finn Balor. The challenger was Andrade from SmackDown Live. This bout was brought to you, and Finn Balor successfully defends the Intercontinental Champion. But oh, by the way, it wasn't just any Balor. It was the flippin' demon that showed up tonight in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Michael Bullock is all yours, my friend. The Demon rises to the occasion again and successfully defends the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this about three, maybe 3.25, based on the body of work of the match here. And yeah, what a great treat for the people in Saudi Arabia for them to get to see the Demon King Finn Balor uh, come out and you know these two always seem to put on some good matches, whether
Mm.
it's on pay per view or on SmackDown Live, and this was no different. I mean, I would have loved to see a little more out of the match here. I mean, maybe a little more time, but all in all, in the amount of time it did get, I thought the body of work was good enough. So 3 to 3.25 stars in my opinion. So Fletch, what says you?
I could give this about 3 stars. I could agree with that. This was definitely a SmackDown quality type fight. It was a good match. The body of work, like you said, was excellent. The only gripe is why on earth did Andrade did not win the title? This would have been the perfect opportunity for Andrade to become the Intercontinental Champion. But I kind of feel like they're gonna want to give him another opportunity down the line. Maybe they want him to win it in the States. Possibly that's the logical explanation there. I just don't understand it. I thought this was a good fight. Nothing more to say. We're just gonna move right on. Shane McMahon goes 1-on-1 with Roman Reigns, and Shane McMahon wins the fight at 9 minutes and 15 seconds. And it was Drew McIntyre, the Claymore. Referee was laid out. There was a little bit of a brouhaha. The ref took a bump. Ref gets taken down. McIntyre shows up out of nowhere and kaboom! Claymore kick to Roman. Shane stuck goes right on top. 1, 2, 3. Oh man, it happened again. Shane McMahon wins again in Saudi Arabia. But this time, it's an even bigger blow because it was to Roman Reigns. Of all people, Roman takes the fall on this one. Well, okay, I don't mind it on this account. Roman gets his revenge on McIntyre at a stomping ground very soon. I think it's in like 2 weeks. So he gets his revenge there. Does that mean we got to go through a prolonged rivalry between Shane and Roman Reigns now? Does that mean this storyline gets extended? God, I hope not, because this was. I can only give this about maybe 1.5 to 2 stars at least. It's not worst fight of the night. It's coming up. But man alive. I mean, this was it was good. It got necessary time, but I was brutally disappointed with this fight. I thought it was going to be we knew it wasn't going to be good. I would prefer this to Ben McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. At least they would have given us a better performance. Nothing more to say, Michael Bullock. Are you feeling the same sentiments as I was? 1.5 to 2?
Yeah, I'm feeling the same way. 1.5 to 2. I mean, it got the necessary time, like you said, but there was just so much. I mean, involvement with Drew McIntyre. I mean, come on, Fletch. You got to know that that Shane wasn't going to do this all by himself.
Oh no.
Yeah, you knew that Drew McIntyre was going to get involved in some way, and unfortunately, the Claymore did it, and now we have to hear Shane McMahon brag about it. I mean, ugh. I mean, this. I hate to say this, Fletch, and I'm going to be brutally honest here. I think the storyline is going to get extended here. I'm sorry to say it, but because to me, I mean, when it comes to Shane McMahon, I mean, beating Roman Reigns is not going to be good enough. He wants Drew McIntyre to finish off, and like he said this past Tuesday night on SmackDown Live, to neuter the big dog. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want to see this storyline continue, but I think it will. I'm sorry to say it. So, yeah, really got nothing more to say. 1.5 to 2. But yeah, I mean, the worst fight of the night is coming up. So Fletch, let's just move on.
All right, well that worst fight of the night is here, and it was the Lucha House Party 3-on-1 handicap against Lars Sullivan. And believe it or not, the fight gets thrown out. It was a disqualification win for Lars Sullivan. The Lucha House Party basically said, enough of this. We're just going to take you on 3-on-1. Referee basically lost control in this and say, you know what? It's supposed to be one. It's supposed to be 1-on-1, not 3-on-1. Forget this. DQ on the Lucha House Party. Okay, Mike, do you even want to talk about this fight, or should we just move on?
I say we just move right along.
All right, fair
And
enough.
let's get to a match that to me I think I don't know. Could you say possibly fight of the night?
Oh, without a doubt, I'm definitely calling this fight of the night. Um, this was spectacular in my mind. I cannot believe they did it again. Randy Orton 1-on-1 with Triple H, sentimental fight. I love both men, both of my favorites. But at the end of the night, it was the apex predator that took down the cerebral assassin. RKO out of nowhere, the three most dangerous letters in the world struck in Jeddah, and the crowd went nuts. Michael Bullock, you said it. Fight of the night. Give me your thoughts on this what I believe was a true WrestleMania 25 type match. This is what me and Anthony was waiting for when you had the epic promos leading up to WrestleMania 25. I felt like this match was WrestleMania 25 worthy.
I agree with you there, Fletch. This is what we should have gotten at WrestleMania 25 when these two fought for the WWE Championship. I
Yep.
mean, I mean, we had the Shakespearean drama. We had, these two men, they know how to tell a story. You know the history of these two. I mean, this match was far and away better than their WrestleMania 25 encounter. And I can't believe I'm going to be saying this, but I know I'm saying fight of the night, but I'm going to give this about 4 to 4.25 stars. I
Mm.
mean, this was awesome. If you asked me, if you asked me going into this that this would be not just fight of the night, but a 4 to 4.25 stars match, what would you have told me?
I would said that it's possible. I don't think you would have been crazy with that because of the fact that we knew what we were going to get involved. We just didn't know was were they actually going to deliver that, because it is Saudi Arabia, it's Jeddah. A lot of the times it is very lackadaisical. They do kind of go for a what I call a house show type mentality, but this fight actually felt WrestleMania like. I mean,
Oh,
this
oh,
like
I agree,
I
but
this actually felt like a WrestleMania type match.
and like you said, and like I'm saying right now, this is what we should have gotten at WrestleMania 25. The promos and the storyline were there. It's just the match itself
It underperformed.
did not deliver. It really was really left a bitter taste in some people's mouth. But boy, howdy! The six spots. When Randy Orton hit Triple H like right on the edge of that announce table, I cringed a little bit because I thought that Triple H was going to be seriously injured
Mm.
because of that. But come on, what else would you expect from Triple H? He's a tough competitor, and he showed why. And but in the end, Randy Orton delivered with another RKO, and kudos to Randy Orton. And let's just say Randy Orton got the last laugh in this latest version of their rivalry. I mean,
Yeah,
these two certainly told a really good story. I mean, their promo on Monday Night Raw was epic. I mean, it was like reliving 2009 all over again.
I agree.
It was like and who could ever forget when Randy Orton went there, when he mentioned about Triple H's wife Stephanie. I mean, you could just see the look on Triple H's face. But this
Yeah,
time around, this time around, it was the Viper who struck on the game and said, "It's game over for you, Triple H." So 4.25 stars, fight of the night, no doubt about it. And well, to me, I mean, I think other people, I'm pretty sure going into this, they would have called me nuts for saying this. But who
Well,
knows?
the thing was when me and Anthony were talking about it during our shows, we both were saying this was gonna be the show stealer. So we kind of had a feeling this was gonna be an epic match. I don't think none of us would have thought 4 level because we were thinking maybe 3, 3.5, maybe because we didn't know they were going to get that much time, but they literally had 25 minutes and 45 seconds, and this absolutely crushed it. And not only that, what made this match even more great was the fans, the crowd of Jeddah. They actually made this fight, they elevated it to the WrestleMania level. And that's one thing that we have to give credit to because a lot of the time WWE, normally a match like this, if you give us that in the United States, you give this in England, anywhere else, I don't think you get the same reaction. I don't think you would get the same um rating as you're getting right now. Yes, the body of work was there. Was it slow and methodical? Yes. But what Triple H and Randy was doing is what Michael Bullock was saying. They were building it up to a fevered pitch. And the thing was, they had Jeddah in the palm of their hands. Both of them knew how to tell the story, and they told it in such a way that the fans were absolutely enthralled with this fight. And without a doubt, fight of the night, 4 stars. This was a great matchup. And definitely, this was a thank you by Randy Orton, by Triple H to the fans of Saudi Arabia. And trust me, they got rewarded for this match. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. But it was definitely far and away light years better than what I expected. I know if Anthony was here, he probably would have agreed with us, saying the 4 to 4.25. This was a tremendous matchup, and it just adds to the legacy of Triple H, of Randy Orton. Both men are first ballot Hall of Famers. We already know that, but it just adds to the greatness of one of the greatest rivalries in WWE history. And they told such a story tonight that, like we said, this should have been what we expected at WrestleMania 25. That's the biggest takeaway, is that they gave us WrestleMania 25 literally 11 years later is the key word.
And I gotta say this. I mean Triple H. He's proving that he's still got it in the ring.
Mm.
Yes, he's up there in age, but hell, who's gonna question the game with what he can do in the ring? He certainly proved it right here, right now.
No, you're absolutely right, and there's no doubt about it. We're gonna have to take a minute because we got to get into the next fight of the night, and it was Braun Strowman going one-on-one with Bobby Lashley. Braun Strowman wins the match at 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Yes, it was the roar of Braun Strowman with the victory. This was the perfect cool down fight. This was the perfect cool down fight. I had nothing against this fight. Um, this is about a two-star fight. I'm not going to say much about it because it wasn't anything spectacular. It was just two big men going at it, be a man fight. Braun wins, no big surprise. I'm happy Braun won because he deserves the victory. He's been doing so good in Saudi Arabia, and of course they love him in Jeddah. So no doubt about it. Braun Strowman wins. Michael Bullock, I give it to you.
Yeah, I'll give it about 2 stars. I mean, it really wasn't anything amazing about it, but yeah, this was the perfect cool down fight, and to me, the right person went over. Braun Strowman deserved it, so yeah, I'm not gonna get into much more about it. So yeah, there's really nothing more that needs to be said. So let's move on to the richest prize in our industry, and of course on SmackDown Live.
For the WWE Championship, the reigning champion Kofi Kingston puts the title on the line against Dolph Ziggler, winner of the bout, in 10 minutes and 15 seconds, and still the WWE Champion Kofi Kingston successfully defends the title. Michael Bullock, it is all yours.
Yeah, I'll give it about 2.5 to 3 for the effort here. I mean, to me, I think it could have been better. To be quite honest with you, but yeah, we did get a little bit of involvement from Xavier Woods here. But yeah, so I mean, it was a good match, but to me, it could have. I think the time of the match should have been a little longer with these two because we know what Dolph Ziggler can do uh, in the ring. Same thing can be said with Kofi Kingston. I mean, they if they were given him a better amount of time, I think the rating could have been higher. So yeah, so Dolph Ziggler, of course, after the match, he complained about, with Woods getting involved, and yeah, I mean, then he said, you know what? I want Kofi one on one for the WWE Championship in a, let's just say, Fletch, in a familiar place that we've been known for a long, long time. It's the confines of a steel cage, and that's going to go down at Stomping Ground. And to me, I think this time around at Stomping Ground, I think it could be better than what we got. Not to say the match was bad here. I just think it could be much better. So 2.5 to 3 is my rating. So Fletch, I give it to you.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I'm gonna give this about 2 stars. I thought it was an okay fight. I'm really not gonna talk too much more about it. All right, so the next thing we had was a 50-man over the top battle royale, and it wasn't like the original the greatest Royal Rumble ever, where it was like every 90 seconds. No, this time around, 50 guys in the ring. They were going absolutely all over the place. This was, you want to call about a cluster bleep, but when it was all said and done, Mansoor, who's a superstar in Saudi Arabia, this is one of their own, won the whole thing, knocking out Elias as the last man standing. Look, this is the ultimate feel good moment for Saudi Arabia. One of their own, one of their wrestlers from their country, which is, I believe, I think he's WWE developmental type guys from that country, and he wins the battle royale in Jeddah in front of the Crown Prince. I mean, what a feel good story about it. Even though the match, I'm not even going to rate the fight because I don't really think it was anything special, but just because of the fact that one of their own won this battle royale, you heard the crowd go absolutely ballistic. in Jeddah when they found out that one of their own won it, when Mansoor was right at the end and he beat Elias to win it all, the crowd went bonkers. And that's a feel good moment. That's what WWE can do. Cool moment. Again, I'm not going to give it a rating. So, Michael Bullock, just give me a quick thought about Mansoor from Saudi Arabia's own native son winning the 50-man battle royale.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna rate the fight either. I mean, because it really wasn't all that special. But yeah, Mansoor. I mean, I don't think a lot of people expected Mansoor to win this match. I mean, I'm sure there were a lot of other superstars that other people considered, but yeah, the hometown boy gets the job done, and yeah, now the question is, what's next for him? Could we see him in WWE sometime down the line? We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, so there's really nothing more to say. So let's move on, Fletch, to a match that everybody thought that was never going to happen, but it did at Super Showdown.
And it's only fitting because you get to lead off on it as well. The main event of the Super Showdown from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. The Undertaker goes one-on-one with Goldberg, the winner of the bout, in 9 minutes and 15 seconds was the Phenom, the Dead Man, the Lord of Darkness, The Undertaker. He puts Goldberg 6 feet under. Rest in peace. Tombstone pile driver to end it. Michael Bullock, it is all yours, my man.
All right, well, with this one, I'll give it about somewhere between 2 to 2.5 for the fight here. I mean, it really wasn't anything special, and I mean, let's be honest, Fletch. I mean, if this match was somewhere in their prime, this definitely would have been a higher rating, no doubt about it. But with the age that they currently are, and I looked it up. I mean, the Undertaker, he's 54 years old. Goldberg is 52. So we knew that it wasn't going to be something that special. So, but to me, I mean, just to be able to sit back and enjoy, and just to see these two go at it in the ring for the first time ever. I mean, you had a man who was the face of WWE for so many years against the man who was the face of WCW and had a long winning streak of 173. So yeah, so now the question is, what's next for the Undertaker? I really do not know. Well, we're just gonna have to wait and see. So two to 2.5. Although I'd be leaning more towards the two. So Fletch, it's yours.
I agree, 2 stars. It wasn't the perfect main event. I think a lot of people thought it was going to be a little bit better than what it was. But at the end of the day, there's really nothing more to really add. Um, Taker supposedly was not happy after the fight was over, and I think he had every right to be angry. Again, I wish this would have been a lot more better than what it was, but at the end of the day, it just did not deliver in the way that we were hoping for. So, at the end, that's all right. It's okay. Um, 2 stars. Time for the overall rating. You know what? I'm gonna say this. This was actually somewhat of a passable show. I'm gonna give this about maybe 6 to 7 out of 10. I thought it could have been a lot more better, but I mean, for what it was worth, I thought it was somewhat of a passable show. Far and away better than anything that WWE has ever done in Saudi Arabia up to this point. This was by far their best show yet. Um, Better than the greatest Royal Rumble ever, better than the crown jewel that they did the first time around. I thought the Super Showdown was a lot more better, a lot more incredible at the end. I thought they delivered this. I thought this was an even better show. So at the end of the day, that's my rating. I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna go 6.5 to 7 out of 10 at the end. I really got nothing more to say. Michael Bullock, I give it to you.
Yeah, I think this was a passable show too. I mean, I agree with the rating, 6.5 to 7. I was expecting somewhere lower than that, but I think the thing that really took it up there to a 6.5 to 7 was the fight of the night being Triple H and Randy Orton, which really delivered. So yeah, definitely better than um, the greatest Royal Rumble, and definitely far and away better than Crown Jewel. So yeah, and Saudi Arabia should be proud of the show they got here tonight. So yeah, so there's really nothing more that needs to be said. So Fletch, let's just wrap it up.
All right, and that's what we're gonna do. So, as everybody knows, on Monday night is Ridiculously Raw, hosted by Anthony Florio on his channel, The Tone 25, and then on Tuesday will be my show, The Cerebral Smack Talk, as we will be jumping off at 10:30 Eastern, and then come back right here next week on The Tone 25 for another edition of Strictly Sports. So until then, thank you, Michael Bullock. And thank you guys for watching this. Leave a comment at the bottom. Share with all your friends on all the social media platforms. And leave us a comment. What did you think of Super Showdown tonight? Do you agree with our rating? Or what's your rating for tonight's show? And until then, have a good night, everybody. And so long for now. Bye-bye.